Final Fantasy VII Remake has etched itself deeply as my ultimate favorite, yet I have a hunch that Rebirth is set to not just eclipse it, but revolutionize our expectations entirely. After an immersive 4-hour session in London, thanks to Square Enix, my appetite for the game has only grown insatiable. The preview has loaded me with insights I'm eager to share, kicking off with early impressions and continuing with more in the lead up to launch. And with the release fast approaching, I'm thrilled to announce a giveaway of 2 copies of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Simply subscribe, like and comment on what you're most excited to see in the game, and you could win before the game drops. Right from the start, the game kicks off with a bang. Playing through the first few chapters, it's crystal clear. Everything you loved about the original game isn't just back, it's been supercharged for the sequel. We're talking bigger worlds, busier towns, more quests, deeper relationships, expanded skill trees, enhanced combat, upgraded gear, you name it. It's been upgraded or added something new. And it doesn't take too long to see these changes in action. Finish the intro and you're thrown into what they call a village. But let's be real about it. Calm is so massive and jam-packed with activities, it feels more like you've stepped into a bustling city. But don't just take my word for it, seeing the game in person is a whole other experience. Trust me, no video on YouTube can truly capture how detailed and sharp everything looks thanks to the game graphics. And for those who care about performance, you won't be disappointed. We played in performance mode and enjoyed smooth gameplay at a solid 60 frames per second. This game isn't just bigger in scope, it's a massive leap forward in every possible way. One of the coolest updates in the game is the way your team interacts. Now, there's a whole relationship system that adds depth to your gaming experience. While I haven't seen everything it leads to, my time with the game showed me just how much these interactions can influence both gameplay and the narrative. Chatting with your teammates isn't just about strategizing for battles anymore. When you hang out with them in towns, lend a hand with their personal quests, or simply spend time together, you're not just building friendships, you're boosting your team's overall power. This means unlocking new skills and improving your chances in battle. But there's more. These relationships can actually change parts of the story. Take for example a moment when Aerith asks Cloud out. How you respond can positively or negatively affect your standing with her, demonstrating the impact of your choices. And for those who love to dive deep, there's a whole menu dedicated to tracking your party bond. It's a clear signal from the game, spending time with your team and exploring these interactions is not just rewarding, it's essential. In the bustling starting town filled with merchants and fresh gameplay mechanics, I stumbled upon Queen's Blood. This isn't just another card game, it's a brand new addition that brings its own flavor to the mix. The game is rich with challenges, tons of NPCs to battle, rare cards to collect, and even tournaments to conquer. I'm eagerly looking forward to diving deeper into it. Queen's Blood might seem straightforward at first glance, but don't be fooled, there's a layer of strategy that unfolds as you play. Placing a unit on the board doesn't just occupy space, it can also enhance adjacent tiles based on the card's layout. This mechanic encourages thoughtful placement, boosting your tiles and allowing for deployment of even more formidable units. The game culminates in calculating the final scores for each of the 3 lines on the board. Winning tiles contribute their full score to your total, and the player with the highest overall score claims victory. Simple to learn but challenging to master, Queen's Blood adds a strategic depth to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that card game enthusiasts and newcomers alike will love. Diving into the game, you're quickly introduced to an exciting overhaul of the skill and combat system, with a hands-on guide to navigate you through all the fresh features. Sure, it might feel like you're starting from scratch compared to the first game, but that's mainly due to the brand new skill system, which takes a completely different approach. This time around, skills are organized into something called folios, centered around skill cores. These are essentially networks of circles connected in various ways, unlocking progressively as you level up. And let me tell you, the design is impressive. What stands out is how immediately impactful everything is. The focus is on active abilities that you'll use directly in combat, rather than simple improvements to your stats. They're still around, just not the only focus anymore. One of the coolest introduction, skill synergies. These are highly powered team combo attacks, where 2 characters pool their strengths to unleash devastating moves. Each character has potential combos with others, adding a rich layer of strategy to the team composition. Watching for specific gouges that, once filled, allow you to execute these synergies, you can inflict massive damage and even stagger enemies. It's a game changer, plus the skill trees themselves are vast for each character, promising plenty of depth for customizing builds and strategies. In short, the new skill trees and combat mechanics inject an exciting dynamic into the game, with plenty of room for players to experiment and find their preferred playstyle. In the game, our favorite characters are back with some fantastic upgrades that bring new dynamics to combat. Cloud's already impressive Punisher mode gets a major boost with a new cross/slash attack. Just tap square and you'll unleash a wider attack that covers more area, perfect for when you've got an enemy on the ropes. Keep in mind, Cloud moves slower in this mode, so it's ideal for partially staggered foes. Plus, if you dodge while in Punisher mode, Cloud switches back to Operator mode, allowing for ranged wind attacks, a fresh addition I don't recall from the first game. Aerith, on the other hand, gets a mobility upgrade. Her word shift move now lets her teleport to any placed word, making her less of a sitting duck in battles. This means she can squeeze in extra hits or quickly move out of danger, addressing previous feedback about her static nature in fights. While Tifa and Briar don't seem to have radically new skills, Red 13 stands out with his agility and powerful moves. He's all about speed, counterattacks and building massive stagger with Vengeance mode. Guarding attacks fills up Vengeance mode faster, leading up to potent counterattacks. Once fully charged, Red 13 enters a berserker-like state, delivering rapid, high-damage strikes that quickly ramp up enemy stagger meters. These upgrades not only enhance the individual strengths for each character, but also encourage strategic play and team dynamics. The moment you step into the grasslands, the game truly begins to shine. The map is enormous, promising adventure at every turn, and thankfully, getting around has never been easier. Cloud and the gang can now jump, swim, and hurdle over most obstacles with ease. For the bigger challenges like towering mountains, there are plenty of climbing spots to help you reach those high up treasures and hidden loot cases. And trust me, the loot is plentiful and rewarding, adding a satisfying layer to exploration. Initially, I had my concerns. Open worlds can sometimes feel empty or disconnected, but Rebirth quickly dispels those worries. The world is teeming with life, from bustling ranches to hidden settlements, and encounters with unmarked characters can lead to significant story developments. For example, a chance meeting with Bill besides the road led me to a Chocobo Ranch where I embarked on a stealthy investigation mission reminiscent of The Witcher 3, a game whose quest design I deeply admire. This unplanned detour not only resulted in my first mount, but also showcased the game's rich, interactive world. Speaking of mounts, they are a game changer, speeding up travel and adding a new dimension to the game with their own gear and customization options. Armor upgrades can enhance your mount's defenses and stats, which is especially handy for the races scattered throughout the game. These races aren't just fun, they are an opportunity to feel the thrill of navigating tight corners at high speeds, all while showing off your style with custom gear. And yes, there are even flying mounts to look forward to. In short, the open world of Rebirth is vast, vibrant playground that encourages exploration, offers deep interaction, and rewards curiosity with engaging quests and dynamic encounters. Chadley is back and he's got bigger plans this time around. He's not just interested in collecting intel on monsters, he wants to understand the entire world. With a new set of challenges in his simulator, you can now test your skills against powerful new summons. Winning these battles not only proves your strengths, but also prepares you for the tough fights ahead. But that's not all. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth introduces its take on the classic open-world towers with what they call Rama Wave Towers. While it might remind you of other games, these towers are essential. Climbing them unlocks special encounters and reveals hidden secrets scattered throughout the area. Chadley then uses this intel to craft new materia, offering even more ways to customize your gameplay. Expect to be spoiled for choices as you dive into these side activities. Whether you're tackling Chadley's latest challenges or unlocking the mysteries of the Ramawave Towers, there's plenty to keep you busy outside the main storyline. Thank you for turning in. That wraps up our preview, eagerly awaiting the release date, and I love to hear your thoughts on the game and its new features. How excited are you? Let me know in the comment section down below.